Welcome to the Blacksmith and Tack Room building, built in the 1930s by the Civilian Conservation Corp. This building, the three adjacent wood frame structures, and the adjoining corrals and stock driveway were built between 1933 and 1939. The CCCs, as they came to be known, were formed during the Great Depression to address the nation's severe economic, social, and environmental problems as part of President Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal legislation. CCC enrollees were assigned to camps, where they worked on a variety of projects. In the western United States, where most of the enrollees were assigned, they worked on conservation and infrastructure projects, as well as fighting forest fires. Here at Fish Lake, the CCC built this closed storage building, which includes the blacksmith shop and 2 tack rooms. Additionally, they built an open storage building, a gas and oil building, and a barn. These buildings allowed the Forest Service to expand its packing operation into a true remount depot. The term remount depot describes a central location where pack stock, the horses and mules, were outfitted for summer work, then moved in the fall to winter pasture. In the spring, the pack animals were brought here from their winter range to be examined, reshod, outfitted, and sent with their packer to one of the 5 ranger districts on the forest. During the summer months, the pack strings supported local trail maintenance, remote construction projects, lookout supply, phone line maintenance, and of course, fire suppression efforts. In the blacksmith shop and tack rooms, you will see examples of the gear needed to outfit the forest-wide packing program. The forge was kept busy to properly shoe the pack animals, as well as maintain other needed equipment. Pack saddles, riding saddles, bridles, and other packing gear were stored in the tack room. The second tack room, with its attached loading dock, was a busy place as the pack strings prepared for their various jobs. The people overseeing the pack strings were called packers, or mule skinners. Their jobs included caring for the animals 24/7 and moving supplies throughout the forest. These colorful, rugged, and creative characters were renowned for their independence and curmudgeonly nature. They are the subjects of many interesting tales. Lloyd Van Sickle, or Van as we called him, a packer during the 60s and into the 80s, is the subject of many such tales. He is credited with helping preserve and maintain the structures at Fish Lake during an era when many facilities like these were being torn down or burned. A pair of boots and a battered hat hanging in the nearby dispatcher's cabin remind us of Van's days here at Fish Lake. Following Van's retirement, Betty Applebaker became the next full-time packer. A barrier breaker, Betty was the first woman to serve as the forest animal packer. Betty's service at Fish Lake ended with the closing of the packing program here in 2005. Van and Betty served when the need for packing operations at the individual district level was no longer needed. Bob Gage, the packer preceding Van, put the consequences of road building on the forest this way. When I started working for the Forest Service in 1951, I was a mule skinner who occasionally drove a truck. When I retired in 1967, I was a truck driver who hauled mule freight. Forest packing operations were eventually consolidated here at Fish Lake into a single pack string of 2 to 4 horses and 8 to 12 mules, serving the packing needs of the entire forest. Over a 70-year period, Fish Lake had gone from pack station to remount depot and back to pack station. Even with the downsizing, the job was still significant. One season in the mid-1990s, Betty and the pack string logged over 800 trail miles, supporting management of the backcountry. The tasks of this new era were wilderness and trails management, support to fire lookouts, scientific research, search and rescue, and firefighting across the forest wildernesses. The Fish Lake string eventually supported firefighting efforts across the entire Pacific Northwest, as well as becoming a favorite in the annual Portland Rose Festival parade. Be sure and stop by the Hall House to see where Van and Betty spent their on-station time here at Fish Lake.